Hello viewers, the topic that I am going to discuss in this video is learning stages. What are the different learning stages of life and how you can learn? So let's start the video. As we know, we are learning every day of our lives from the moment we are born. Without realizing it, we have been employing at least one of the stages of learning to gain knowledge and grow as individuals. So there are some stages of the learning, that is cognitive learning, associative learning or autonomous learning, and we will discuss them one by one. So first of all, we will discuss the type is cognitive learning, that is the first stage of the learning process. Cognitive learning works towards developing an overall understanding of skills. It engages students in the learning process, getting them to use their brain more effectively to make new connections from knowledge already stored in their mind. It improves comprehension, helps develop problem solving skills, and promotes long term learning. Actually, cognitive learning is the knowledge, or we can say this knowledge could have been acquired through conscious or subconscious learning. Knowledge in the cognitive stage can be acquired through any of the following method. So there are some next method of the cognitive learning stage. We can say these are the sub steps of the cognitive learning step. So first of all is the implicit learning and the explicit learning. In implicit learning, implicit learning takes place when the learner is unaware of the fact that they are actually learning. It does not involve specific instructions, but rather it helps with the verbal and visual cues, and usually takes place in a social setting. For example, a child learning to speak is an example of the knowledge implicity. They learn in a social setting without being taught by an instructor, because a child learning by himself or herself without any instructor, because it's a natural process that the child, whatever he see, uh, whatever he watch, he adopt this thing. And the next is the explicit learning. Explicit learning happens when a person actively seek out opportunities. This may or may not involve a teacher and requires verbal and visual cues. For example, a good example of this type of learning would be learning to ride a bike, because a boy or anyone, anybody can learn how to ride a bike without an instructor by practicing them. The person wanted to ride the bike may attempt to learn on their own, mimic the actions of another person, or may ask for instructions from someone who already knows how to do. So the next is the collaborative learning, that is a substage of the cognitive learning. Collaborative learning is the type of learning most commonly used in educational institutes. It involves varying degrees of collaboration between the learner, the instructor, and other students. An instructor provides knowledge and helps students make sense of it. The students are then asked to discuss the newly acquired information connected to the knowledge gained. earlier and use it in their coursework. Collaborative learning is the collaborate of the things. It may be higher level thinking, verbal communications, leadership skills, and promoting the self esteem. So, in this video, we have discussed the different stages of the learning.